Well, it just happened. Actually, not just by happening, by purpose. When I first came here, it was by happening. But now it's by purpose because you get a good meal, a good lunch, a good dinner, a good breakfast here. And the place's name is Kelly Q's. Now, tell us a little bit about how you folks got involved with this years ago. What's the beginning?
We started catering, and that picked up a little more. And I drove a truck. She was a teacher at the Little Red School in Rainbow, and I think there might be another name now. I'm not sure. And,
Little Red House School?
Yeah.
I played Santa for them one year.
Is that right?
Years ago, yeah.
Yeah, we got just kind of tired a little bit and work, and I was staying on truck quite a bit. Catering was doing a little better and better, and we'd been looking and talking about restaurants for a good while, trying to find something in, let's say, our budget, and we found this place here after a long time, actually, a couple of years almost. Here at 188 North Main Street in Walton.
And right close to the railroad tracks. I can hear the train
behind us and right on Main Street.
I can hear the train going by because I'm an old railroader. And I worked down there at the L&N Railroad for 3 years, and I always loved to hear the trains go by.
There's a lot of them that come out there. Actually, it's 2 railroad tracks behind the store here.
That's probably the southern here, isn't it? Or what's they call the C&O now, or?
I'm not for sure.
What's the one Ryan works at? I can't remember the name. There's 2 different railroad tracks.
No longer
CSX
is there.
is one.
CSX, yeah.
And I'm not sure what the other name of the other one is.
They're changed. It used to be the L&N many years ago.
Is that right?
Yeah, based out of Louisville, Kentucky. And other places. That's when I worked for them back in the early 1960s.
That car has CSX on it.
CSX, yeah.
CSX is a close one.
Well, anyway, we verified now that we got something historic and some fine atmosphere that when you sit here and have a lunch, you can remember the days of the trains.
Yeah.
And they were, and still are, a great mover of product all across the world, aren't they?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Now tell us, when you first opened this place up here, how did you come about the name?
Actually, we were thinking about calling it something tied in with the railroad track because it comes in, and then we had a few different names actually, and then a friend of mine said you ought to just call it Kelly Q's and Whipper's Dairy, and so that's what we named it. Kelly, and the Q is for barbecue, Kelly Q's.
Yeah.
And I call my daughter ever since she's been in diapers, my youngest daughter, Whipper.
Yeah.
So there you had Kelly Q's and Whipper's Dairy. We thought it was a little catchy, and so that's what we went with.
Well, good. And now, how long have you folks been married?
I'll let you tell her.
Yeah, no, go ahead. 26 years.
26 years.
Yeah, it'll be 27 this year.
Well, you about got me. I'm 30. This would be I'm going into my 35th year of knowing my wife, but only 31 years of marriage so far.
Yeah.
Took me 4 years to convince her to marry me, and she does say she loves me now, most of the time. I hesitate. She hesitates a little bit, particularly if I jump up and sing at the restaurant.
He was saying that's what got us started. He was going to sing My Old Kentucky Home at the Greyhound Grill. Yeah. And his wife said, no.
She looked at me and she said, "John, dignity and decorum."
Yeah. I was telling him that's how Dad used to, what was that song him and Jim used to love to just jump up and shout out, "Oh, Lord, I'm so humble."
It's so hard to be humble.
Yeah.
So, oh, Lord, I'm humble.
And
It's hard to be humble in so many ways.
Just to embarrass everybody we was with. And actually, it was a great time because it'd be crowded just like Greyhound Grill. And they sang pretty decent, actually.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
And people liked it. They thought it was humorous, comical, you know.
Yeah, I know the story. Well, I haven't sold my wife on that yet, though. and I do sort of do what she tells me to do in that area because she keeps me in line. And now you've been here at this particular location for how long?
Be 2 years this coming June.
And give me a little rundown. Do you still do some catering from here?
We do catering, anything you like. We can do pickup, we can deliver, we can serve it. We've served as many as 600 dinners to 45, so we can pretty much do whatever you like.
And I notice you still do your own ribs here.
Yep, we do our own barbecuing. A lot of our stuff that we have on the menu is made right here. We don't do fast food per se. Anything's wrong with that. But I guess if you order a burger or something like that here, it's probably going to take about 7-8 minutes to 10 minutes to cook it because it's fresh. It's not froze or so
That makes a big difference.
I think the taste does, but it does inconvenience a little bit on the time, but it depends how you want to eat, I guess.
Yeah, quality's worth waiting for.
Yeah.
As I used to say, well, I waited for my wife for 4 years, and that's quality. She was the smartest move I ever made.
Yeah.
And I made a lot of moves in life, but she was the smartest. And I actually didn't have anything to do with it. God did it. And I said, oh, man, this is really the best it can be. But, and food's the same way. Time is, it takes time to give a good product and be a good service. You all really accomplished that here. And you have a variety of customers, I've noticed,
Yes.
from all different walks of life.
Yeah.
And all of them's interesting. We, fortunately, have met some really great people here in Walton. And
We have.
every now and then it's slowed down a little bit to where we can take time to actually get a little personal with them, I think. And you'd be surprised. People you never knew, and then you're like, you hear stories and sadnesses and happinesses. And like we have a customer, Earl comes in, unfortunately, he has Alzheimer's.
He's
And
87.
Yeah.
87 years, and he just lives life to the fullest.
Oh, wonderful.
And he's a great guy. And then we have another guy, Wayne. I'm kind of wondering about him. We actually went to the hospital and visited him, and we haven't seen him since
we haven't.
Christmas, and we're kind of
Concerned about it.
Wondering where he's at, yeah.
and then some, because he likes coming in here, and I think maybe he might be in the hospital. We'll probably have to call his daughter and see.
Find out.
Yeah.
And it's been about almost 2 weeks now since we've seen
We've
him.
heard, yeah. We've heard.
And he's another sad one. Him and Earl both their wives passed away, and you can tell they come in and not only just want to eat, they want some company.
Yeah, sure.
They want to talk a little bit.
They feel at home.
I think
right,
so,
yeah.
because they're by themselves,
Yeah, Wayne didn't talk at first, and I started
No.
talking to him early in the morning, having breakfast with him and stuff like that. Then he would ask me to have breakfast with him, and I'd just sit down and drink a cup of coffee.
Yeah, when he comes in, she makes a
when
point.
he comes in, I
do
always
the
sit
same
down
way
and talk
with
to him.
Earl. And they're both really good people, and they live life, in my opinion, like you should. They went out, they worked hard, they're married, they raised families, they went to church. And,
Yep.
you have to have a lot of respect for people like that and take a moment out, no matter
Absolutely.
what.
Well, you mentioned the key word there, church, too. One of the great things we have in this country is that it was founded on godly principles as a country. And the churches of all types have been so helpful in maintaining a godly principled country. And that's something we always need to work for and work toward. And you mentioned the Alzheimer's person. My brother has got that right now. He's 85, and he's down at the Provident Pavilion. And I took him down a quilt the other day that the ladies at the church, I go to Bethesda Community Church, a little small church over on 536, right between the Boone County, Kenton County line with a little lake out in front of it. And the ladies there, 2 retired school teachers, 1 retired account executive. In fact, I put a little video on with them about the book that they made for children. And but they made a quilt for my brother. It was an Alzheimer's quilt with things sewed to it that would bring back certain things in his memory of singing and playing the guitar, etc. And then another one for his wife, who doesn't have Alzheimer's but does have serious dementia. and made a quilt for her. Well, she used to be a quilt maker herself, made many of them.
Yeah.
And so I took them down and presented them to them from the churches, ladies at church. And that's just one of the good deeds that churches do. And you can do those kind of good deeds every day in the restaurant just by a smile begets a smile.
Yeah.
And you all do that here. And that's one of the things that really attracted me to you is quality food, good service, and people who have a Christian heart. And those are the qualities that everybody should want to surround themselves with. And you all, I'm thrilled for you that your business is gradually getting a little more, and people are beginning to know that you're here, and they come in. You know, I bop in every once in a while and say hello. And I send some people out here. Now Tim,
Yeah, you did.
Tim's a good example of helping somebody. Tim came to me and said, I stepped down and retired from the library and maintenance. And he said, if you know any work out there that you can help me with a little bit, I want to stay busy. And I said, well, Tim, I just happen to do.
Yeah.
So I had to spell a Darius speech.
Right.
I'd found some other larger companies that gave me some bids on doing the work down there. And I thought, well, you want to go down and look at it with me and see if you feel like it's something you can do? So we drove down there and he looked at it, wrote me up a bid and process. Darius saved a little money and I helped a fellow that was looking for some work to do.
Right.
So that's what the
Win-win,
Christian way is, a win-win situation. And I brought him back in here and he said he's already been in here.
Oh yeah, he comes in here a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and his family come in here. He's got one of his daughters. Her and I just love picking on her, and she picks back at me. Yeah.
Well, he is quite talented. He's got a lot of skills that he can do things, and so I try to find him a couple other jobs. But Tim Conway, I think his name is, and he did a great job for me down there helping Darius. Darius and I will be down to go down tomorrow if we can figure out how to turn on his hot water heater. You know, so that'll be a bit of a challenge for us, but I think we'll get it done. Well, it's nice to be here with you today and talk with you about the restaurant. Anything else you want to say about the restaurant here at all? What's some of the things on the menu? Just give the people a little idea.
Well, we have,
By the way, you do have the best chili I've tasted in a long time.
thank
It's
you.
real.
and
Thank you.
we do two kinds of chili here that I make here at the store, like the burgers, of course. We have the Cincinnati style chili, and we have what I call my home chili, which you had. It has the beans, the meat, and you eat it by itself. It's pretty good. Well, we do breakfast. We do all kinds of omelets, pretty much whatever you want. But on the menu, we have like Western omelets. We have a garden omelet. We have eggs any way you want it. We're doing eggs with country fried steak, biscuits and gravy, and hash browns. We make an awesome eggs Benedict, which I make the sauce for here on usually Sundays. Sometimes
Yeah,
Saturdays.
Sundays.
Sundays it does very well. Then we do the lunch. Anything from open roast beef sandwich to hamburgers to pulled pork or barbecued ribs. All the sides that go with it, and dinner's pretty much the same. You know, we do what do you call the steak that we make? Sirloin, chopped
Yes,
sirloin
chopped
steak
sirloin. Yeah, chopped
with
sirloin, yeah.
onions and gravy and mashed potatoes, which I make here too. It's not like most of your restaurants you have instant mashed potatoes. I make my own every day. And I think just things like that. I think we're
And you have some good salads too.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
salads.
we do all kinds of salads. We do regular side salads that can come with your meal, or we can do salads that make a meal with whole chicken breast on them and all kinds of veggies, whatever you like there.
And desserts.
Well,
Yeah,
we're
ice
noted for
cream,
ice
too.
cream and brownies and cheesecakes and
And I'm always making a new milkshake almost every month.
yeah. So it definitely have to watch.
Oh,
You
geez.
know, it's I love ice cream, so I stay over on the other side quite a bit, and I really love the kids, so I end up probably giving a lot more away than I should have, because I don't know, I just always like the kids. They'll come in and eat, and I'll put them up a little ladder and let them make their Sundays or whatever they want, you know.
Now, where are we located, just so the folks out there know that don't know? when you're driving through the city of Walton, all you got to do is look to your left. If you're heading south, look to your left, and you'll see Kelly Q's.
Yep, we're
And-
located at 188 North Main Street.
In the north end. We're,
Yeah.
we're closer to Richwood.
Closer to Richwood,
Exactly.
Yes.
and right up the street from you is the old historic building up there.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, we're about a half mile away from it on the same side, actually.
Now I sang up there one time.
Really?
Is
That
that
was
right?
that was with dignity and decorum.
And we do carry-outs. We deliver to some of the commercial sites. Our phone number is 859-485-0056. You're more than welcome to call and place an order. And pretty much we just order, take it to you, and pay when we get there.
Fantastic. Well, I think we've covered the bases here, and you got some wonderful people here on staff. And I'll tell you one thing that anybody will appreciate that's been in the restaurant business at all, and those who have eaten in restaurants. You have a very clean restaurant,
Yeah.
and that's something to be very proud of. I never will forget when believe it or not, I was an old Frisch's manager. And
yeah.
when Dave Frisch was alive, and I hired in with him back many years ago in the early 60s after working on the railroad. And I thought, well, okay, now what am I going to do with my life? So I hired in with Dave Frisch, was still alive, 16 weeks of 16-hour-a-day training.
Wow.
And one of the first things you learned from Mr. Frisch was never let him walk into a restaurant and check the restroom and it'd be dirty.
Yeah, I agree.
And he was particular about that, and that's one of the reasons Frisch's did so well for many years, was that it was a family place and a place where you could go to get clean food and a clean restroom.
Well, we're small, but we've had 4 health inspections now, and we
Yeah,
are very
of course,
serious
yeah.
about that too. And it's hard to do. We
It
make
is not.
100
It's hard to
every
do.
time.
Yeah.
We've been inspected here by surprise, as you know how it works.
Yeah.
And we've made 100 every time, and that's tough. But
Well-
Even on catering, we made
Yeah.
100. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic, and I can vouch for the restrooms. And so could Tim, because he brought the subject up too to me, and I said, "Yep, I've been in here before, and it's the same thing." And I thought back in the days of Frisch's, and that's where I did one of my very first films.
All right.
I produced a film on how to increase productivity and how to employ people, and for Dave Frisch and Bill Mappin and Marvin Fields, two of the great supervisors for Dave Frisch for years. And I always still stand out in Frisch's and get my picture taken by the big boy, because
Yeah.
I pay allegiance to somebody who's helped me through life, and I worked with them for long enough that helped me stay in school with a family and finish my undergraduate degree both at Northern Kentucky University, which was the community college, and then go on down and finish up at UK. And you thank people like that. And the same thing you've got going here is that quality, honesty, and the love of Christ. And that's important things to anybody who wants to bring their family to a place of friends to come and eat.
Yeah.
So your phone number again is,
485-0056.
and your full name is?
Kelly Hunter and Jackie Hunter.
Kelly and Jackie Hunter,
Mhm.
right here at the address of
188 North Main Street, Walton.
Walton, Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
Walton, Kentucky, the old home of Ab Ryan. You remember Ab Ryan? Mayor of Walton many years ago.
Is that right?
Great place. And David Afterkirk, he played basketball at Walton High School, and I played at Simon Kenton. And I never will forget, he went on to play at Sue Bennett College and went on to coach and teach at Dixie Heights High School.
Huh.
And he was a great teacher and a great coach and a great basketball
All
player.
right.
Walton had some great teams. It was always a rivalry with Simon Kenton High School, and but you learned to love them.
Yep.
And I loved all the people here in Walton. This is where my uncle lived, Uncle John Worthington, and my wonderful aunt, and they were wonderful people here who lived here all their lives. And you folks who live here and work here, and God bless you in what you do. Travels with the Stephensons, 859-750-0000. Join us on Facebook and YouTube under Travels with John Stephenson. And give us a call if you got any questions about our show. And we're going to have a show tomorrow with Chuck Korsenborn. A Wednesday, that would be January the 8th, I believe it is.
Yeah.
And we're going to have Chuck Korsenborn on, and Walter Static, I think his name is. Anyway, they're coming on to talk about the Second Amendment rights here in the state of Kentucky, making Kenton County a sanctuary county. Got a copy of the the law they're going to pass, or the resolution they're going to pass. I'll be releasing that tomorrow on my television show. So God bless you all, and look forward to seeing you again. And I trust me, I'm not going to stop eating.
Well, thank you very much, and God bless you as well, John.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Kelly Q's Whipper's Dairy. Right here, Walton, Kentucky. On the north side of Walton. This world is not my home, I'm just a passing through. My treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, then Lord, what will I do? The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. I have a loving mother just over in glory land, and I don't expect to stop until I shake her hand. She's waiting now for me in heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, then Lord, what will I do? The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Just over in glory land we'll live eternally. The saints on every hand are shouting victory. Their songs of sweetest praise drift back from heaven's shore, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, then Lord, what will I do? The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Mary Reeve Davis wrote that song, This World Is Not My Home. And I sang it in just about every county in Kentucky, and just wanted to sing it for you tonight. Then the Lord asked me to remind you to keep an eye on our Constitution, and remember that our rights are gifts from God, and we must protect those rights, and always lift up our fellow man. Lift up our fellow man. God bless you and have a great day. We'll see you on Are You Ready? Are You Ready for the Lord? Expectantation.